So what if I told you that where you are right now in your life is the exact result to all the decisions that you've made for yourself up until this point? And on top of that, it's completely up to you and the decisions you make going forward to get to where you want to be. It's as simple as that. What's up, everybody? Rudy here with Vantage Mindset, where we talk about three main categories: the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship that you have with others, and the relationship that you have with money in the business world. So yeah, I wanted to take you guys today on the transformative journey to unlocking your true power of decision making. I mean, this stuff is so important. It's actually, there's an art and science to decision making that helps you shape and create the life that you are experiencing. Yeah, when you understand this, you'll be able to create your life and create it to be successful and fulfilling. Like, we all have this ability, and I want to go over reasons why this is possible and then how to do it. So each and every day, whether you know it or not, consciously or subconsciously, you're making decisions. You know, I just listed a few, about getting up, going to the gym, whether you're gonna have a good or bad day, whether you're gonna search for opportunities or not, whether you're gonna love yourself or not. So with all that being said, I want you to really understand like the true essence and the true power of decision making. Each decision that we make each and every day, like no matter how little, how big it is, it shapes the trajectory of the way that our life is going, both in the short term and in the long term. You make a decision to approach that ideal partner that you see right there, that stranger across from you, and approaching them. And because you made the decision to go and talk to that person, maybe they end up being your wife or your husband. And because you made that one decision, the entire existence of the rest of your life is changed dramatically. It's whether to quit from a job or not. There's people that quit their jobs. They make the decision of, I'm fed up with this. I'm better than this. I deserve more. They quit with nothing in mind, nothing in sight, no hope of a better future. But then because they followed their intuition, because they trusted themselves and valued themselves, they were able to make that decision and create opportunities. And now, they could be led into their dream job, what they're passionate about. So I want to break this down into steps about how to do this and how to make this work for you and pretty much have complete control over it. So the first thing that you must do is you have to define your goal. And goal setting is a whole other topic, which is completely important in its own, but for now, let's just talk about the simplicity of it. I can have a goal to make money, or I can have a goal to make an additional $100,000. So the more defined your goal is, the more specific you are with your wording, with your energy, with your vision, with your imagination, the more that you're going to be able to get down to the nitty gritty and get down to all the details on what it is you want. So if I had a goal to make more money, I can go out and give someone a hand and help them out, and they can give me $5, and the universe is presenting to me more money. I hit my goal. But on the other end, if really my goal was to make another $100,000 this year, if I'm not focused on the specifics of it, I'm not going to be able to attract that and find those opportunities to help me do that. Because $100,000 a year, you could backtrack that into about $9,000 a month. Once you understand that, then you can break that down and chunk it down. Now you can go through the goal list and checklist. Number two, after we set our goals, we have to gather the information, all the information that we can. And with that information, we need to use it for our perspectives, because this is important. The goals that you set, you're gonna have one of two emotions. You're gonna say, yes, I'm on board, this is gonna work, I'm gonna commit to it. Or you're gonna say, no, I'm not really feeling this. I don't think this is gonna work. And so whatever you decide to think about, all the information you gathered about whatever goal it is you set, you need to really decide whether you're gonna let it work for you or work against you, and start putting that into action. Step number three is to identify the options that you have, because there's always more than one option usually to go about a certain scenario. Okay. So, for example, let's say I want to drive from Omaha, Nebraska to Lincoln, Nebraska. Now I can get on the main highway and I can go there, and it's the fastest, smoothest route. Or if I wanted to get into something that has a little bit more turns, it's more low key, a little bit more scenery, I can take all the back roads and the back highways, And so it's up to me to make the decision on which route I want to take, whether it's simplicity or it's going to take more effort and more time, but there's going to be more reward behind it. It's the same for your goals. So step 3 was identifying the options. Step 4 is evaluate them. You know, although you may want one goal, you have to evaluate that if that goal and the process and the option that you come up with, is that going to be working for you? Is that going to be the most strategic? Is it going to be beneficial to you? And sometimes when you're making decisions, there might be others involved, and we don't want to do anything that is going to affect someone else's life negatively. You know, there's 2 rules that we always follow. We never make decisions that are going to injure somebody, and we never make decisions that are going to take away from somebody, because us being conscious creatures and children of God, we do not do that, because we know that what we do, we get back in return. So after you go through the process, you evaluate your options, you see the pros and cons of each decisions. Now it comes time to make that decision to act on that goal that you set out. And there's not really much to it. You just have to decide in this moment and try not to let time get in between the decision and the acting part. The more time that gets in between, the less likely you are to actually take that action and put that goal into the works to start bringing it to reality for yourself. And then lastly, you just have to trust your judgment. You know, if you have this feeling, this intuition, and you know it's pure because you've been listening to this voice inside yourself for so long, and you know that it usually leads you down the right path, once you have that decision, just trust it. Act on it and trust it, and you will be led. And one of 2 things are going to happen. You're going to get rewarded by the decision you make, or you're going to go through a challenge, which then you'll ultimately get to learn from, which is also rewarding in itself. And so you can't really make a wrong decision of setting a goal and acting upon that goal. And I'm not trying to sit here and make it seem like decision making is easy, because at times it can be the hardest thing you have to do. There's some crazy situations and scenarios people have to face, but at the end of the day, what I can suggest is that you continue to listen to that godly voice inside you, that intuition that God gave you, and just learning how to trust that day in and day out. And those very, very tough and hard situations to make a decision, if you just trust that voice and listen to it and understand it more, you usually 9 times out of 10, I'd say you're going to be led down the right path. Things that come with these kind of decisions is one, the fear of failure. I know that's one thing that stops us from acting upon a lot of our decisions is failing, especially if we have such a goal that we know that we really want. I mean, we're passionate about it, and we just think, if I go out and I put these videos out, if I record and put them out and I get bad feedback and people don't like me, or what if everything I'm saying is stupid? You know, I could sit here and play all these scenarios and let these pointless thoughts come into my mind and stop me from taking action on this decision for me to hit my goal that I'm truly passionate about. Secondly, so after you understand the fear of failure and how to change the perspective of failure to, instead of failing, it's an opportunity for me to learn and grow from. So next time I go and do the same thing, I know what not to do. I mean, it's very cliche, but it's really is the truth. That's why everybody continues to say it. Second thing is analysis paralysis. Like I said before, make sure that when you make this decision, you set a goal and you set a time of when you're going to act on it. Because that's the second thing that usually holds people back is. And lastly, one of the big things that comes up with decision making that makes it hard for people is influences from other people, the opinions of others. I know a lot of times I like to ask for people's opinions, you know, but for myself, I only ask because I'm looking for perspectives maybe I couldn't create on my own. But I have to be careful that when I let people's perspectives come in, that I don't let them overpower my own judgment. You know, that's very important for decision making. At the end of the day, you should only be trusting yourself. There are a few that I would trust to make a better decision than I could make for myself, but I mean, it's very, very few. Yeah, so I just wanted to wrap up this video with you guys real quick and just let you know that commit to your decision. You know, set that goal, be very clear of what it is that you want, and understand that the reality that you're facing and the reality of what you're wanting in life is completely up to you. All right, so as I wrap this video up, I just want to let you guys know that you guys are very, very important spiritual beings, you know, created by God to be able to set goals and create a life that you want to live and make decisions based on those goals and life that you want. And I'm here to show you guys firsthand. I'm taking you guys with me on my journey into building up this YouTube channel and all these videos to become a person of influence that changes thousands of people's lives for the better. And so you'll get to see me do that. I'll be excited to see all of you putting your goals and decisions into actions, and feel free to reach out. Until then, check me out, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, please. Trust me, I'm gonna be putting out all of my most sacred knowledge, everything that I've proven to be true for myself, of how I got myself from nowhere to living a life that I just truly love, and I'm blessed to be able to do pretty much anything I want on a daily basis. And so, till then, we'll see you guys next time.